Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Vibe Nation. Today we're here to watch another video, but before we get into that video, I would like to go ahead and say a sincere thank you. We have reached 2,000 subscribers, and I couldn't be happier. Thank you for everyone that's been on this journey with me from the beginning, and for the new people that have joined, what's up? And I hope you stick around for a while. So let's go ahead and continue, and let's get to 3 to 5, and hopefully we'll get up to 10 and beyond. So let's go. I almost forgot to mention what the video is. The video is called "What Happens When 100 Men Face One Gorilla." Now, this debate has been starting. I was on X. Mistake, I know, but still, like, I was on it and I was just scrolling through, watching videos, whatever, and then I came across this debate. And even at work, we've been having the debate, and we found it was very ridiculous debate, because one gorilla, and I'm assuming that they mean hand to hand, like we're not going to have any weapons, because if we did have a weapon if 100 men had weapons against gorilla, it's an easy one-sided battle because you have an advantage. But I'm assuming they mean hand to hand, fists with a gorilla. It's seems to be a very one-sided battle in that case, being the fact that a gorilla has the strength to flip a car and has the bite force almost to match. So I'm going to go ahead and see what Chiseled Adonis has to say about this, and let's go. If you want to watch the original video, link to the description down below, and let's go. 3, 2, 1, and play.
I hop onto X, Twitter, if you will, and this.
Oh boy. Oh boy. So it seems that that's where it has started. It just started from X, because even he okay.
There's an ongoing discussion once again about this hypothetical where 100 dudes are taking on one gorilla, and for whatever reason, people still seem to believe that the 100 dudes is fixing to win. There is no scenario without weapons in which the humans win this fight. For one, I'm seeing people have takes like, well, who says the gorilla is gonna have the stamina to take out 100 people? Well, 100 men have taken out other species that are now extinct. They had weapons in the past. It's bare knuckle in this battle. And I don't know why people don't seem to get this through their mind. Do you understand? For one, the 100 dudes that you would line up would legitimately not only be prepared to die, to even attempt to enter this fight.
Bro, watching 100 men going up against one gorilla. Now, let's just say that there's like each of them will line up to do like a one-on-one. That ain't happening. To even have, it's not even to even have a chance. Like, you would all have to bum rush this gorilla. And on top of that, with what strength do you have to take on a gorilla? Watching 100 men take on a gorilla is like watching a weird Madara versus the Shinobi Alliance all over again. But in this time, this is basically the closest that you'll get in watching that fight in real life. That is basically the only way that you're going to be able to get that.
They have to be willing to die, because you got to understand, this fixing to be something out of a scene of Jack Reacher. The moment the first dude who rushes the gorilla gets one-shotted, I promise you, dude number 7 gonna be on some. Y'all gonna hate me. I forgot to go, clean my gutters, man. The wife is gonna be upset. I guess I gotta head back, bro. I gotta head. We're in the middle of a wasteland. Where are you gonna head back? You're 26-year-old, broke, living in a goddamn Section 8 apartment in New York City. You don't have a wife, Warren. What are you talking about?
Like, you don't have a wife, Warren. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, listen, man, like I left the stove on, the dog's barking. He gets lonely. And what you doing out here then? Like you basically left that little pooch to fend for himself while you out here sacrificing yourself to this silverback monstrosity over here. He's ripped that man's leg off. Like, I didn't see anything. Looks like he's winning with what limbs. Okay.
You're going to die. The 100 dudes are going to die. You don't stand a chance. Do you know how strong a gorilla is? You're taking on Donkey Kong. This ain't Super Smash Bros. Melee where you got stock. You gonna watch the first 3 dudes die. Maybe all at the same time, or maybe one of them dies slow. You think...
I'm gonna tell you this right now. The first like handful of guys that perish by the hands of a silverback gorilla, and all warrior morale is down the drain. It is down the toilet because nobody is going to be able to go ahead and look. It's like, oh, hold on a minute now. What did I get myself into? I was coaxed into thinking that I was going to do that. Like, are y'all doing this for money? Because that would be the only thing that would make sense why you would come here. Why would you come here and decide to go ahead and put yourself through this? Okay. Go ahead and face off against King Kong and think that this was going to be. You thought this was going to be a cakewalk, ain't it? Okay.
Everybody still going to be willing to go rush into battle?
Last 2 guys, that was...
Let's just say the gorilla gets tired after taking out 64 dudes. You think they still going to be 36? Willing, waiting to battle this fucking gorilla? He's tired now. Let's go get him. Carl just watched his first cousin get murdered 22 minutes ago. The gorilla is advancing, albeit he's a bit tired, but he's advancing. Dude number 87 might just try to turn into Steve Harvey on a stand-up special, trying to confuse the gorilla. You think that goofy ass shit gonna work? Do you know how strong a gorilla is? Man's hands could crush your skull, break your doggone arm. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, what if the 100 rush the gorilla? Do you understand how large of a number 100 folks is? How all 100 gonna get their hands on a gorilla? At maximum. You got 10 that could probably surround the gorilla. But you think the gorilla's just gonna be standing there looking like
He gonna grab one of them and be like, just start swinging. He gonna grab one of these folks and he gonna start swinging him like a bat. Like, they know. Okay. Like, people don't understand the fact that the sheer strength of a gorilla versus the strength of a fully grown man is no comparison. Literally no comparison. Why are you out here trying to debate this nonsense? Okay? Who and why? Listen, let's be honest. The whole debate is kind of stupid, but I imagine, this is the kind of thing that guys do. Have a stupid debate. It's kind of like men have their own stupid debate, 100 men versus 100 gorillas, the same. It's kind of like the ridiculous debate between whether women would choose a man or a bear in the woods. And honestly, they're all stupid debates because in the end of the day, if you choose to go with the bear, it's likely that you're going to be eaten. And or whatever. But if you're 100 guys thinking that you're gonna take on a gorilla, it's the same outcome. You're going to die. Everybody's not going home. Now, if you would take the option with the highest probability of survival, then we can go ahead and say that you made the right choice. You have made sense. Okay.
Shaq just...
And before we go ahead and talk, if anybody decides to go ahead and say anything about the bear and the girls, I understand that, people are going there. No matter what, I will give it to that. In that situation, there is either a win-lose or a lose-lose. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Doing nothing if it's under attack? The motherfucking gorilla gonna be attacking you too. You in a bad situation. This ain't no fucking Pokemon. Oh, I threw out some bait. We're in the safari zone. The gorilla's distracted. Let's take him down now.
Oh, man.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
Hi, so boom. As you know, I recently ran a
cracking
marathon for the very first time, with zero training, might I add. But in the midst of the race, it was the music that I was listening to that aided me in being able to carry on. And there was no better way to consume that music than with the Raycon Everyday Earbuds.
I saw the short that he put out for that marathon. Man said that he said, yo, it's like, please prepare yourself for doing if you're choosing to do this, because going in unprepared, nope, never again. I will heed this advice. I will very well heed this advice. All right.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Before you could even blink, you're going to be welcomed to a mixer with Kobe Bryant, Michael Jackson, Ulysses S. Grant, Socrates might be there. Well, that's a very weird list of individuals at a party. How did they all get to the same location? Because the party's a little bit too busy, and everybody in attendance is too busy being dead. Welcome to the afterlife, pussy.
Welcome to the afterlife.
People done lost their doggone mind thinking that they got a legitimate chance against gorillas. Now, I understand, it's a funny hypothetical kind of conversation that we can have, but there's no scenario in which the humans win. And I'm being incredibly generous by even suggesting that the gorilla would get through 64 people in 22 minutes. He might make quick work of a whole 100 in 15. We'd be lucky to make it to 12.
You will not escape.
The longer this hypothetical goes, the more grays show themselves in my scalp. Bro, do you understand that this still is a scenario in which there's no weapons that's being used? The vast
Man, he keep this up, he gonna end up with a he gonna end up doing one of them keeps promotions, man. Like
majority of the hypotheticals that people tend to put out there, they keep thinking that these humans is going to be walking around with bows and arrows or maybe guns or some form of spear. You're with your bare hands. It doesn't matter what group of badass humans you put together. We're not winning this fight. You could have 30 John Jones, 50 Mike Tysons out there. You're still going to lose, because what happens when the first Tyson or first John Jones die in front of the others? It's going to be we must have made a mistake. You could be deranged all day, but when a human gets transmogrified into a motherfucking lasso, gorilla going to be freaking looking like he at the goddamn Kentucky Derby, waving another human being. He might beat a motherfucker with a motherfucker.
basically, you know what? Thank you for putting what I said earlier into perspective. This is what I meant. This is exactly what I meant.
Matter of fact, I'll do this for you. Humans are always so enamored with new experiences, right? We got people who volunteer to go out to space. We got people who are willing to indulge in medical trials with no idea of what the future holds, right? Why don't we hold this competition for real? Find me 100 folks who would willfully volunteer. And guess what? If you attempt to flee, you are eliminated on sight. Snipers are up above.
So we gonna turn this into Squid Games, huh? Like, what you mean? Like, it's you know the kind of people that you got to go ahead and find to do this garbage. You gotta find people that are got nothing to lose, have nothing to live for, and crazy people, and some people who are lured with the thought that they are probably going to win something like some crazy figure amount of money, something like $1 billion if you could take down this gorilla. And somehow, in some way, somebody's going to come up with some crazy idea that has probably in the figures of having an actual human taking down a gorilla, a 0.25% chance of winning. But still, yeah, I'm being
The
generous.
moment that you tried to turn and run like this was red light, green light in the Squid Game, you are eliminated. Create a scenario to where folks have to fight. Granted, some folks might just mess around and sign up as their easy way to get up out of this doggone lifetime. So we got to find people who need a reason to be alive. And the prize money, if they just so happen to survive and come out on the other side against the doggone gorilla, is so much so to where they're going to give it their all. Get 100 people to put this experiment to use. I know there's somebody who done made too much money, got nothing better to do with it, and they got so much money to where they could put this together, and whatever sort of fines that were to come their way, they can pay it off.
Has Mr. Beast made the new video yet? Like, hey, I mean, like, come on. I'm pretty sure at least one person has thought of that. Mr. Beast is probably thinking of a way to go ahead and... Hold on for a second, guys. I think my mic is acting up. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys, if you heard any disturbances, but still, at least somebody got to at least be thinking about this. Like, Mr. Beast is probably right now. Excuse me. He's thinking right now, figuring out a way how to make some money off of a challenge like this to get one gorilla. One gorilla. And about 100 people that are willing to put their life on the line for money. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised. Now I could even blame Mr. Beast on that one, because you know why? Blame the people who actually showed up to go ahead and actually win money to fight a gorilla barehanded. And he can't necessarily go ahead and say men only. Because then that's another firestorm that Twitter/X is gonna stir up, saying that he's only allowing women to the argument is 100 men, but nonetheless, if something like this is ever held and broadcasted to the public to show that this actually went on, I'm disgusted. Humanity is fallen beyond repair at that point. I mean, what else could you say? Nonetheless, where'd the mouse go? Oh, there it is.
Where nothing happens to them. Put this event together, please, because I want to put this conversation to rest. Because for whatever reason, we could have fun, we could laugh at a number of different tweets and takes that people have, but we got to call a spade, because at this point now it's starting to get so doggone loud. I'm starting to believe there's a grand percentage of people who truly believe the humans got a chance. I'm telling you right now, the moment that you get through the first 100, Gorilla not even gonna break a sweat. He might just start breaking out into song like... You must hate yourself. You don't believe in the power of humans. We're going to work together, and that's going to take down the gorilla. When have we ever worked together? Collectively. People going to start turning on each other, betraying each other before the experiment's even concluded. Gorilla going to go through the first 17 people. Number 24 is going to low blow number 25 in the hopes that number 25 can be big enough of the diversion so number 24 can get behind number 86. You traitors! Dudes over here thinking the gorilla's gonna fight fair. Yeah, we just gonna throw hands. We gonna shoot the fair one, and then we gonna bring in 10, and then bring in another 10, and the gorilla gonna cooperate. He gonna...
To be fair, he does raise up a very fair point. I mean, like, I'd imagine if this was, like, somebody that put out a big grand prize for this, where somebody's going to be using somebody as a diversion, a distraction, as a ruse, as a means of trying to distract this gorilla, and finding another way to go ahead, and because at this point it's not the last man standing, it's a one person that's going to be able to take out this gorilla, and he's going to use anybody that's going to do what needs to be done. It's like, okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and do absolutely nothing and watch you get destroyed while I go ahead and think of a good plan that will go ahead and make me rich. Like, okay.
bite somebody's nuts off. He's gonna take a bite out of your shoulder. What are you gonna do when somebody's ball sack is 7 and your dumb ass who done came to the fight from Queens, yeah, hey yo, the gorilla mad sus, and then he bite your ass cheek off. You walking around with one cheek, glutes uneven up this motherfucker before the gorilla twist your doggone neck off. You better send this dude out to distract him and apologize profusely before you become the motherfucking next lunch meat. Please!
Look at the mask of my boy.
All jokes aside, actually, I shouldn't say that because it's nothing but jokes. In all seriousness, go to Twitter right now, X, whatever the case may be. Type in gorilla, and for 30 minutes, just scroll. Give yourself 30 minutes and just scroll. Some of the funniest takes that you will ever have seen in your life. Hilarious, bro. Human beings are hilarious people. Fighters against nature with no equipment. I don't know about all that, because I promise you, we're going to be praying to the gorilla overlords. Turn on your television, you're going to be looking at.
Listen, it says that that humans are at the top of the food chain. Not because of the fact that we are strong, physically strong, and it's more the fact that our ability to create, our intelligence that puts us up there, because our ability to create things that could, like I said, hand to hand, the gorilla wins. Weapon versus gorilla, weapon wins. Just makes sense that way. But yeah. Okay, guys, that was what happens when 100 men face one gorilla by Chiseled Adonis. If you guys want to watch this video, links down below. Also, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't go ahead and do all that cool YouTube stuff. Don't forget to click the bell for notifications, and I will catch you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.